Welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do manual placement for WeShare crowdfunding. It is very tricky, so you're going to have to watch very carefully and follow my screen and what I say. So the first thing you want to do is you want to log into your site. So I just go here and I'm going to log into my site. Actually, I'm going to log into someone else's site here just to be very specific, but I have it set up here so that it works. Okay, so this is your back office. So to manually place somebody, if somebody wants to come in and you want to manually keep the sponsorship of this person, you want to be the referrer, but you want to place them, and you want to place them manually somewhere in your team. It doesn't matter where. I'm going to show you how to do it in this video. Okay, so the first thing you do is you have that person go to your website. They go to your front part of your website and they hit the Join Now button and they fill it in and sign up for the basic, which means that they pay no money. The key in this is that you pay no money to be able to manually place somebody. If somebody puts any money, if they fund anything and step up in their back office, once they've signed up, they are not movable. Once you've paid any money, shared any money in a donation, then you're turned into permanently placed. So the key is you have them sign up on your website and you're the personal sponsor then, and they don't step up in their back office in any way. They hit the basic button to sign up for the basic, which is just getting the website, and then do not fund. And then you go into your back offices and this is what you do to manually place them. The first thing you do is you click on the menu button. The second thing you do is you go down to Tickets to Ride. You click Tickets to Ride. You order the tickets to ride. There are 5 you get at a time. When you run out, you have to order another 5. They do not cost any money. It's just the verbiage they use is order. So you hit the order button and it says you have unused tickets. Please use them and come back first. So that's what I'm going to do. But if you didn't have them, it would give you the 5 tickets to ride. And that's where you do it. This is where you order them. So the first thing you do is you go down to your tickets to ride and order 5 tickets. They don't cost any money, but now you're able to give this for people to have them step up by giving them a free ticket to ride. And this is part of the process for manually placing somebody. You will need these. So start to learn to use the tickets to ride, and you order them first. Then what you do is you go to your personally referred. This is the personally referred button link. You click on that. The person that I'm going to place manually is this position that I made. It's a fake position, but it's in now. They signed up and they're for free. And I'm going to go back to one other part. That's Jedi 1 is what we're going to be moving. I want to show you one thing under the generation viewer here. Notice there's these 4 colors. These are key things that you need to learn. There's the yellow, pink, white, and blue. So the yellow and the pink are all movable. You can place people there. They're in what we call the lobby, and this means they paid no money at all. If they pay even $10, they're permanently fixed. When they're white or blue, they're permanently fixed. Yellow means that they're directly under you but haven't paid. Pink means you've placed them but they're not permanently fixed because they have not made any donation. White means they're placed under you and locked, and they're directly under you on your first level. Blue means that you've placed them and they're locked. They've paid a donation of at least $10. So yellow and pink are movable. White and blue are permanent. White's directly under you. Blue is placed but locked. Yellow is directly under you, movable. Pink is placed and still movable. Those are the key things you need to know. So we're going to go back to the menu. You do the first step after you get the tickets to ride. You want to go to your personally referred. By clicking there, you have to do this from the personally referred. You see Jedi 1 has not paid anything. You can see step 1, step 2, step 3, and the accelerator crossed out means that nothing's been funded. And you can see this ticket that we got is now here. This is where you administer the tickets. Under tickets to ride, you order the tickets and then you use the tickets from the personally sponsored link. That's where you actually use them. But before we do that, there's a key thing here I want you to see. This, what I call the green target sign. It's a green square square with a target in the middle, and this means they're movable. You notice these other ones here are not movable. They're white and they're fixed. Only if they're movable. If this was pink or yellow and personally sponsored, you'd see this green target sign, especially if they haven't paid anything. So the way that you do this is that you go to the person that you just signed up. They have a free position. They have not funded anything. They have not shared any donation. You click this green target, and this only appears under the personally sponsored. If you go over here, I know I'm being very thorough, but I want to be. You go to the generation viewer. You notice you don't see any of these. That Jedi does not have that green target under the generation viewer. You do not see that green target. It's only under the personally referred. So you can only do it if you've referred the person, and because they haven't funded anything, they have this option here. So you click that, and this is what appears. You can see Be Free is the position that we're using from. This is where we're started from. That's the back office that we're in. And this is saying, if you follow this line here, Be Free is going to be locked in on the first level under Be Free. But that's not what I want to do. Remember, we wanted to place this person somewhere. So let's say I wanted to place her under Dr. Lenny Coco. So I just click on Dr. Lenny's name, and you'll see now Dr. Lenny's there. Be Free, and I could place him, the Jedi 1, under there. But let's say I didn't want to place him there. I want to go a little farther down into my group, into this person's group. And I'm just going to pick somebody at random here. Let's pick somebody, Lori Trotter here. So I click on that name, and you'll notice this line goes here. Be Free. These are the usernames, Dr. Lenny, and then that one that I just did, that was Candy Sec is the thing, and then give a click is what this one says. So this is showing the string of people that person's going to get placed under. Let's say I want to, I just say cannot place I can't place because this person didn't do anything, so I'm going to cancel that. You can't place somebody who's in a free position. That was a free position. So let's just go again. This is the Jedi. We're going to click again on the placement button. Okay, this would place them directly under me and not be placing under somebody else from this position. So let's just pick somebody that actually is doing something, that has something. Let's pick we can even go further down. You can place them anywhere you want in your group as long as somebody's funded something. If they're in the lobby, you can't. Let's do Pam Williams. It's Fancy, so I'm going to click on that name. And as you see, there's Fancy. So it goes all the way from Be Free, Dr. Lenny, that other person, and then Fancy. And do I want to place it under Fancy? I'm going to say yes. So I'm going to say place, because that's where I want to place the person. And it gives you a second thing. It says place Jedi 100 under Fancy, and I'm going to confirm that that's right. Then Project Manager has been placed successfully. Now if you see, I go back, the Jedi 1 turned from yellow to pink. They're still not paid anything, and you see the green target is still there. I can move them again, but once we pay one step, they are permanently, they'll turn into blue because they've been placed. That, remember, blue and white are permanent. White's directly under you and blue is placed somewhere. So this will turn blue when I do the following process. Now what I want to share is very, very critical here. This is probably the most critical thing. We have the ticket to ride here. You could go to Jedi 1 and say, could you fund just $10, the first step, and do not do the accelerator, and that will lock you into this place. And that they could do that, but I find it's too cumbersome to go back to the person, and I just forfeit the $10 and I give a $10 step to ride, and that locks them in, and I know it's done. I didn't have to go to the person, because if they pay for the accelerator at the same time, if the person that you place them under has their automatic placement system turned on, and let's say they're got a big group under them, they will cascade down further wherever that automatic placement places them, and you don't know whether that person that you're placing them under has their placement automatic placement feature turned on or off. So that's why I use this ticket to ride and forfeit the $10. You could have the person go pay it directly themselves, but they only pay the $10. That's the key to manually placing. If you give them the accelerator at the same time, they could go way farther down because it's out of your control. You don't know if that person you're placing them under has their automatic placement set on. If they have a big group, it will go in the first available spot. So I just only pay the first step, not the accelerator. So what I'm going to do here, and I'm going to give that ticket that I gave here to ride, I'm going to click on it. And as you see, this is the most important thing that I really want you to see. It's even more important detail here. If you wish to add the accelerator, click OK, otherwise cancel. So you would think if you're clicking the ticket to ride, I wanted to do that, I'd click OK without reading that box, and that would give them the accelerator and they could cascade way down based on what's happening in that person you're placing under them's group. If I want them to be directly under them and not just down deeper, then I'm going to hit cancel. I only want to give the first step. So read this very carefully. If you wish to add the accelerator, click on OK. I do not want to add the accelerator, so I'm not going to click OK. Otherwise, hit cancel. It's not the best wording, but it's what we've got. So I hit cancel. And what's going to happen is it's going to give the tickets. So now here, these are the tickets that she had in her back office. I click on one of them and I hit use, and then I hit yes. And what you're going to see now is this Jedi 1 has turned to blue. That means they're permanently locked in where we placed them. Now if I go back out to Generation Viewer, you're going to see that if I go down, because remember I went pretty far down, I put them over here under, which one was it that we put them under? It was under Fancy. If I click on Penn Williams, which username is Fancy, you're going to see that Jedi 1 is there. It's under that. So you can see it's, I placed the Jedi 1 on my 4th floor, as you see down. I generally never place people manually past my 3rd floor. I almost always do it only on my 2nd floor, and sometimes in a rare case I'll put someone under a 3rd floor under a leader that I'm really working with. It's I want to really, be generous with, or we might know the person in common, but they're really my contact, so I want to keep the sponsorship. But manually placing people, I only usually do it under my front people I sponsor, or sometimes one more generation. In this case I did an example of deeper down. You can place them anywhere you want, but they're blue, which means they're locked in. You see the first step has been paid. They made a $10 donation, and there's still 190 left. They still have the $50 second step, the 100 third step, and the 40 accelerator, but they're permanently locked in there now. And then I can go back and do anything I want. So that's how you lock somebody in a manual placement, is you use the ticket to ride and only do $10. They sign up for the free spot, and they don't fund anything in their back office. Now I can tell Jedi 1 to go fund the rest. They can fund step 2, step 3, and the accelerator, and they're in for $200 donation, but they actually only paid $190. I used the $10 because I chose to manually place them. And the reason that I manually place people is usually as a reward. It's either because someone's really building strongly and I want to reward them by placing somebody under them, or that we both know them and we have some common ground there, but they're really my contact, so I kept the sponsorship, but we both get to work with them, so I will manually place for that reason too. So those are my 2 reasons. It's usually a reward or somebody we know in common, and then I manually place them. And that's how you do it. That's how you manually place people. Now if you go back to the menu and you go back to the personally sponsored link, you will see Jedi 1 is personally sponsored, but it's in blue, so it's placed somewhere else, and that's the key. We can actually go back one more thing, and I would like to show this. Go back to the Generation Viewer, and remember we went way down here under Fancy, so I have to click on that to go to the next level deeper in this thing. And you can see here Jedi 1, and I want you to see the placement, P is placement, is under Fancy, but the referrer is BFree 101, which is the site that I'm in the back office. So BFree 101 sponsored and referred Jedi 1, but they're placed under fancy. And so this shows that it gives you that information, and they've only paid the first step. And that's how you do a placement, manual placement. Okay, have a great day.